Item Number SCP-Y-013. Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-Y-013 is to be housed in a reinforced containment chamber equipped with specialized lighting systems capable of emitting continuous illumination. The chamber must be devoid of any objects or materials that could be perceived as art, including paintings, sculptures, musical instruments, literature, and architectural designs. Under no circumstances should SCP-Y-013 be exposed to environments where no light reflects off its crystalline body. Access to SCP-Y-013's containment chamber is restricted to personnel with Level 4 security clearance or higher. Interaction with SCP-Y-013 should be kept to a minimum and conducted only under controlled conditions with adequate lighting. Any personnel entering SCP-Y-013's chamber must be accompanied by armed security personnel and equipped with emergency containment measures. In the event of a containment breach, Site-Y-1 security personnel are authorized to use lethal force to neutralize SCP-Y-013 if necessary. Containment breach protocols should be enacted immediately to prevent SCP-Y-013 from accessing areas where it could encounter human subjects. Description: SCP-Y-013, also known as Philistine, is a humanoid entity composed entirely of clear blue crystal resembling a Victorian-era gentleman in attire and appearance. Standing at approximately 1.8 meters tall, SCP-Y-013 displays no signs of physical aging or deterioration. SCP-Y-013 exhibits an insatiable curiosity and fascination with the arts, displaying a remarkable knowledge and appreciation for various artistic disciplines. However, when placed in an environment where no light reflects off its crystalline body, such as a pitch-black room, SCP-Y-013 enters a highly aggressive state. In this state, SCP-Y-013 displays destructive tendencies towards anything perceived as art, including paintings, sculptures, musical instruments, literature, and architectural designs. Unluckily for site personnel, SCP-Y-013 also perceives the human form as art. It has been observed to destroy such objects at an alarming speed, often utilizing grotesque and horrific methods to fashion art from human subjects. When encountering human subjects in this state, SCP-Y-013 has been known to inflict severe mutilation and disfigurement upon them, using their bodies as materials for its macabre creations. These creations include stretching skin across makeshift easels to imitate canvases or fashioning crude instruments from body parts. Upon recovery from this state, SCP-Y-013 expresses an extreme distaste for the human art created during its aggressive episodes, demanding that the barbaric filth be removed from its presence immediately. It appears to have no recollection of its actions during these episodes and returns to its cooperative demeanor once exposed to light. It has proved difficult to extract information from SCP-Y-013 due to his obsessive nature. He has a strong desire to speak about the arts and rarely speaks about anything else, although we have managed to get him to speak of his origins fleetingly. According to the information provided, he was never in fact human, although has great admiration for the species. We have yet to get the full details of his age, though he has spoken vividly of arts dating back to 300 BC. SCP-Y-013 was discovered during a routine excursion into Provisional Reality-Y-1 for the purpose of establishing a perimeter around SCP-Y-1. While Zeta-0, Dramatic Duos, was establishing a perimeter and setting up blockades, SCP-Y-013 approached a member of Dramatic Duos and attempted to prompt a conversation about Van Gogh's piece, The Potato Eaters. After an understandable amount of confusion and panic from the Dramatic Duos squad, they spoke with SCP-Y-013, and of his own volition, he was contained at Site-Y-1, claiming that his current world has very little tasteful interactions. Incident Report, SCP-Y-013. Date: June 5, 2000. Location: Site-Y-1, Containment Sector. Description of Incident: During a containment breach at Site Y1, SCP-Y-013, colloquially known as Philistine, exhibited heightened agitation in response to the escalating noise levels outside its containment chamber. As the disturbance reached a peak, SCP-Y-013's containment chamber lighting mechanisms began to flicker erratically, prompting security personnel to monitor the situation closely. At approximately hours, SCP-Y-013 vocalized its frustration and expressed its intention to drown out the disruptive noise with a superior sound. Without warning, an anomalous event occurred within SCP-Y-013's containment chamber, resulting in the spontaneous manifestation of a translucent blue piano. Seating itself at the piano, SCP-Y-013 proceeded to play an intricate rendition of Lacrimosa by Mozart, its performance imbued with anomalous properties that affected the chamber lighting. As the music intensified, the lights dimmed progressively, culminating in a complete blackout at the climax of the performance. During this blackout, SCP-Y-013's previously observed state of aggressive behavior was triggered due to the absence of light. Security teams responded immediately, but visual contact with SCP-Y-013 was lost. The sound of crashing and tearing was reported from within the chamber, consistent with SCP-Y-013's known destructive tendencies. When the lights were restored, SCP-Y-013 was found standing in the middle of its chamber, surrounded by destroyed containment furniture and deformed sculptures fashioned from the collective remains of nearly half of the personnel assigned to Site Y1 West Wing. SCP-Y-013 expressed visible disdain for these creations and demanded their immediate removal. Audio log interview, SCP-Y-013. Date, June 6, 2000. Interviewer, Dr. Matthew Rhodes. Subject, SCP-Y-013. Philistine. Begin log.
Good morning, Y-13. How are you feeling today?
Splendid as always, Dr. Rhodes. It's always a pleasure to have company. How might I assist you today?
I wanted to discuss the recent incident where you conjured a piano and played Lacrimosa. It was quite the performance. I must say, it was the best rendition I've ever heard.
Why, thank you, Dr. Rhodes. Lacrimosa, a piece close to my heart. Its beauty truly lies in its origins, the melancholic touch, left behind by Mozart's student. Completed at the behest of Count Walsegg in honor of his late wife, such depth of sorrow and reverence captured in music.
It certainly is a hauntingly beautiful piece. Now, back to the incident. Can you tell me more about the piano? How did you manage to conjure it?
Conjure? Oh, dear doctor. It's merely a manifestation of my love for the arts. When the cacophony outside became too much, I felt compelled to bring forth a source of true, sublime sound. It was a natural response, really.
Fascinating, very fascinating. However, after your performance, the lights went out and, well, there was significant destruction in your chamber. Do you recall anything about that?
Lights going out? How whimsical. I've no recollection of such an event. The idea of lights magically dimming is quite amusing, don't you think?
Yes. Quite amusing. Still, it reminds me a bit of a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde scenario. I wonder what it would be like to interview the other version of you.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Ah, Stevenson's work is remarkable, isn't it? His exploration of duality and the human condition is profound. Do you enjoy his other works, Dr. Rhodes?
Well, honestly, I haven't finished Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or read many books at all lately. The digital age has sort of pushed books aside for me.
Not everyone can be so cultured, I suppose. Still, I would truly prefer my future interviewers to be well-read. It adds a certain depth to our conversations. don't you think?
Yes, of course. I'll be sure to keep that in mind. Thank you for your time, Y-13.
The pleasure is mine, Dr. Rhodes. Until next time, have a splendid day.
Addendum. SCP-Y-013's anomalous properties pose a significant threat to both containment and personnel safety. Research is ongoing to develop more effective containment measures and understand the extent of SCP-Y-013's abilities. Extreme caution should be exercised when handling SCP-Y-013, and all personnel must adhere to strict containment protocols at all times. Extra measures to prevent future incidents are underway, including redundant lighting systems and backup generators, as well as extensive sound dampening around SCP-Y-013's containment chamber to reduce external noise, in hopes of reducing the odds of another outburst. This is Director Knightley, signing off on another report at Site Y1. I eagerly look forward to having your audience in future reports.